Hey guys, I'm going to show you exactly how to assemble the X-Base. At the time I'm filming this is a new design. Works very similar to the old one, but now we have this goofy shape on the bottom here of the lower part of the riser, so that way we can make this quick attach, quick disassemble, so that way you can lay it down flat in a vehicle or whatever, and it doesn't have the legs standing perpendicular to the riser when you're trying to transport it or stow it. So what you're going to get in your box, you got your lower part of your riser. You may have an upper portion. You may only have one of these, depending on if you just wanted one or two, or what length it may differ. But these are two of the taller ones, which are my most popular. You got 4 legs of the X-Base, and then we've got the hardware here. We've got 3 bolts to bolt the risers together. You may or may not have that, depending on if you have 1 or 2. And then we've got these new bolts for the bottom that have bushings with them, and a 1/4-inch pin. The tools you're going to need to assemble it are a 1/4-inch ratchet socket setup and a, did I say 1/4-inch? I meant 1/2 inch. I can't remember what I said. If I said 1/4-inch, I meant 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch socket and wrench. And I like to use these Knipex for the other side, but a regular 1/2 inch wrench will do. So I'm going to set these aside, and we'll get these put together first. So the long ones are towards the front, and the short ones are towards the rear. Doesn't matter which way is outside or inside, however you overlap it. You're going to use these 2 holes, and then only one of these holes for the 1/4-inch ones. There's 2 there, just so that way it doesn't matter which way you do it, it'll always work. So going to start with these. Now one of these these 2 bolts with the bushings have, one has 2 washers on it, and the other one has 1 washer. So the one with 2 washers is going to be towards the rear. So we'll start with that one. So that one's going to go through here. We'll put the bolt, then we'll put the bushing on, and then we'll put an additional washer there, and then we'll slide that on through. And then the other side is going to have the same thing, but only the bushing in the middle as opposed to a bushing and a washer, and you'll see why in a little bit. So each of them, there's another washer there. We'll put the washer and nut on. Now when you assemble this, you want this to be on a flat surface. These legs each have a flat out on the end, so that way if they were completely flat on the bottom, you'd have a tendency to get rocking, so that keeps it stable. So make sure all of those are on a flat surface, on a floor or workbench, what have you. So I am going to take this rear one, the one that has the extra washer on the inside, and I'm going to tighten that all the way up. Okay. Now I'm going to take the front one, and I'm just going to snug it up. So, oh, I did too much. I can already see that. Back it off a little bit. All right, so now I'm going to take the bottom one with this hook. These are going to be towards the rear. So this goes down with that extra space that was created from that extra washer in the rear, and make sure that this can fit. And I'll put this forward. Now this is loose still. And now I'm going to snug this up. This nylock nut will keep it where it needs to be. And I want to just snug this front bolt up until this is in there securely, but I can still move it. So there you have it. That's the base there. Now this pin will go through here. I'm gonna get that lined up. That pin will go through there, so that way you can make sure that this absolutely can't tilt backwards on you. But you can still take that pin out, pop this out, and then you can take this and you've got an X-Base here that will lay down flat in your pickup or hang on the wall, or just fit in storage a lot nicer with this riser off of it. Let's take a look at the 2 risers again now. All right, so now that the base portion is assembled, we're up at the top. These 3/8 carriage bolt holes along here are for mounts. If you've only got the single riser version, you can put a mount here or a mount here, or in both places depending on your size of your target. If you're going for the double targets, Then this will go here. And what you need to do, all you need to worry about is that the target should lean forward. So right here, when these holes line up, forward is that way with the longer set of legs. This is leaning back, not what we want. So we'll just flip it around and we should have the right side. So then you just put those holes through there, or those bolts through there, tighten them up with the supplied nuts on the back side, and you've got the X-Base assembled. Now, depending on what you've got up top, what you got for mounts, that may be different. Maybe as simple as bolting a single hook mount directly to any of these positions on here. If you've got the close range assembly, there's a little bit more to that, but that's covered in another set of instructions. So you can check this out and a lot of other really cool stuff at atlastargetworks.com.